What up, people? This is Rockets Propaganda, aka Infinity, back at it again. Like, share, comment this video down below. Subscribe as well. Follow me on Twitter. I am at AK Infinity underscore VVS. Go check me out there and see and go check out a bunch of the other Rockets Twitter guys too. I don't feel like naming them all right now, but this video today we're going to be talking about uh, a topic of discussion from Rocket's Twitter yesterday. So Dave Hardesty of Clutch Fans, excuse me, put out an article pretty much talking about the culture issues, uh, really surrounding KPJ, and pretty much stating that Rafael Stone is going to be on the hot seat due to a lot of the culture issues. Not just that, but however the season turns out, everything got to turn out well. If not, he's gonna be the one in question because there's no more Silas. KPJ is gonna be gone. Um, there's no other direction that you can go but to Rafael Stone, and pretty much saying that Rafael Stone was the main enabler for Kevin Porter Jr. He was just Dave Hardesty was just on Clutch Fans. Go check out Clutch Fan, not Clutch Fans. What am I talking about? He was on the Rockets Chop Shop. Go get a YouTube channel to follow. Go follow them on Twitter as well. Go follow Dave Hardesty too. He does a lot of good stuff. So let's get into it. Yeah. So I don't. Okay. So on one hand, yes, Rafael Stone does play a part in the entire Kevin Porter Jr. saga as a Houston Rocket. Sure, he got him for nothing from Cleveland. We know the story. We got him for a lightly protected second rounder. Um, Came here right after we traded James Harden, pretty much. Um, they kind of saw Kevin Porter. Well, Stone saw Kevin Porter Jr. as his James Harden, where he came in, he's an off guard, convert him to a point, and we'll see how it goes. If it all works out, what I mean, Rafael Stone looked like a genius. And I will say this. Rafael Stone did I do believe that there was an element of him, you know, really vouching for KPJ, telling Steven Silas to make sure he's featured, play him at point guard, yada yada yada. Um, yeah, that's BS. I'm gonna say why. Because if if we're gonna sit here and say uh, Rafael Stone is to blame for all that, just because he says it, that doesn't mean that Coach Silas has to go along with it. Let's be honest here. That's not necessarily the case. So I'm not really gonna go with that. It, even if I do believe that Stone did tell Silas this, I do believe that. But if Coach Silas was resembling anything of a man, if he had a backbone, if he had a spinal cord, if he could just let his nuts hang and be like, "Yeah, that's cute. I'm not doing that," we wouldn't be having so much of this conversation. Apparently, Rafael Stone was also part of the problem of KPJ doing a bunch of stuff, with his anger management and this and that behind the scenes. A lot of these Houston, Rockets reporters, these insiders, they have all these stories just, ducked off, tucked away on the back burner and waited for the right time to say it. Shame on each and every one of y'all. You know who you are. I'm not calling nobody's name. I rocks with y'all. I love y'all, but in this case, that's that ain't even cool. If y'all knew all this the whole time, why you didn't say nothing? And I don't. And shout out to Frank F Tank 58 on Twitter from the Chop Shop. He actually asked Dave Hardesty that, and he he let Dave Hardesty answer, but Frank also let him know that was a very journalistic answer. So shout out to him for that great video. Like I said, I rock with those two guys. Go follow them. Um, but yeah, the reason why I'm not really buying that the whole Stone being responsible for all of this is because we looking at the wrong guy. We got to remember, man. I said this in a few videos earlier. Who unpromptedly just raved and endorsed KPJ at Ime Udoka's introductory press conference? It was Tillman Fertitta. Now, you got to remember, man, like when it comes to culture issues or team culture in general, in any organization, let's not even talk about just sports, like in any organization, the culture starts from the top. If the owner is condoning stuff and people underneath the owner want to say something, they're not incentivized to say anything because they don't want to step on the owner's toes. They don't want to get in trouble or anything like that. That's part of the problem. And I don't believe people are really paying attention to that. To me, it just sounds like people just overlooking the Tillman Fertitta aspect and they just want to put it all on Stone because he's the one that traded for him. And yeah, he's the one that told Silas to play him at point guard. Yeah, sure, those things are true. But soon as Ime Udoka arrived, what do? Sign a point guard, draft a point guard, and tell KPJ you going back to the wing where you belong. See, that's what happens when you are actually a man and you don't stand for nonsense. This is what happens when you put your foot down. And because of Ime's demeanor and his expectations, he's going to make not only Rafael Stone a better GM because of it, because he's going to save Rafael Stone from himself. He's going to make Tillman Fertitta a better owner because he's going to hold him accountable too. Now, I do commend Tillman and Stone both for being open to reclamation projects. They did it with Boogie. They did it with John Wall, of course, here with KPJ, and a few others too along the way that I really don't feel like mentioning right now. But those are the main ones. Hey, even Christian Wood, he was a reclamation project. Really, I do appreciate that. No, and that's a good. I think that's a good trait to have as an owner, as a front office. Be open to giving people second chances. But see, where they went wrong with KPJ, and I talked about this before as well, is they took a troubled player and they treated him like the franchise superstar all of a sudden when he didn't earn that at all. He didn't earn it one bit. Sure, he had some good games here and there, but when you're a franchise player, it's more than just being a good player. Like you're the flag bearer for an organization. Like when people think of the organization, they're thinking about you. So you got to mind your behavior in public. You got to be out in the community, helping the community, doing stuff. Like you got to be a high character individual as well. And not everybody is made to be that way. Some people are just players. Now Kevin Porter Jr. He's a young man. He's 23. I hope and pray that he grows up and he overcomes his anger management issues. I really do. Anger management is not. It's not. It's not something to laugh at. To me, I think a lot of people are really running around here with anger management issues, and they don't even realize that they don't know it. And people just think they're crazy. They're just angry people. Yeah, they might be angry, but they need to get some help. I hope he gets the help. I also hope that his ass is locked up behind bars if he really did what they said what he did. And I'm not going to repeat that again because that no. But anyhow, I just wanted to touch on that, and I just felt like Stone is probably taking all of the bullets. But at the same time, this might be karma for Stone because the same way he's taking all the bullets now, Coach Silas was taking all of the bullets before for everything going wrong with the team. So it's a bit of karma. So one, I feel bad for him, but I kind of don't, because I mean you did it to somebody else. It's kind of your turn. Now, what I don't like as well is the fact that Tillman Fertitta is being left out of all of this dialogue. I don't see anyone mentioning that Tillman Fertitta is the one that was, you know, is probably the biggest endorser, if not Rafael Stone's the biggest endorser of KPJ. And I just think that he needs to be held accountable as well. If we all about accountability, we need to distribute it evenly. We're not throwing it all on one person. Because last season, everything was Coach Silas and Kevin Porter Jr. Nah, now that they're gone, now everybody's just shifting their blame gun, and shooting it at Rafael Stone. Okay, cool. He is culpable in a lot of this. But let's look at we gotta start from the top when we're talking about culture for any organization, like I said, man, we gotta start at the top. We gotta look at Tillman Fertitta, man. And you gotta remember as well, a lot of this accountability talk started before Stone took over. Because remember, Russell Westbrook had mentioned that. Yeah, a lot of this was going on before then. And who was the owner then? Tillman Fertitta. If we want to talk about culture and accountability issues, yeah, let's make sure we don't revise history and start blaming innocent people. Well, I wouldn't say innocent people, but let's not just be including people just you know and forget who really needs to be included. But that's what's really happening here. Yeah, there's been other NBA players that have spoken about the culture issues in Houston. There's been um, other NBA media, non-local, that have talked about the culture issues in Houston. But I don't see none of these guys really, aiming their blame gun in the right direction. They're looking at Stone, they're looking at coaching, looking at front office, blah 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 blah. Look at Tillman Fertitta. I'm a Tillman Fertitta guy. I like the guy actually, but just because I like somebody, that don't mean they're immune to blame. I'm pointing my blame gun at him. But anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. Find me on Twitter at AKInfinity underscore VVS. Catch you on the next one. This is Rockets Propaganda. Holla at me.